if you've got a real infectious pathogen, why do you have to fake the flipping test? Just test for it. Why do you have to fake the test? And then came this extraordinary rule that if you test positive with a test not testing for the virus and die of any other cause within 28 days, including, as some coroner in America pointed out, gunshot wounds, then COVID-19 goes on your death certificate. I quote in one of my books a NHS doctor who said that from March 2020, all the other doctors he knew were putting COVID-19 on the death certificate no matter what the person died of.
There's also financial incentives in the US to do that.
In the US, $4,600 if you diagnose regular pneumonia, $13,000 if the hospital diagnoses COVID-19 pneumonia from the same symptoms, $39,000 if you put a COVID-19 designated patient on a ventilator that will probably kill them. Another question, why do you have to introduce this bizarre rule of if you die of any other cause within 28 days of a positive test with a test not testing for the virus, then COVID-19 goes on your death certificate? Why do you have to give financial incentives to American hospitals to diagnose COVID-19 if you have a circulating pathogen? It would do its job. You wouldn't have to fake it. And very recently, the authorities have had to admit that when they say, oh, all these COVID patients are in hospital, all these people in hospital with COVID, they've had to admit that the majority of them went into hospital with something else. Broken leg, heart problem, cancer, whatever. They gave them a test when they got in the hospital with something else. They test positive with a test not testing for the virus. And then they go on the figures as being a COVID patient in hospital. Honestly, the whole damn spectrum of this stuff has been created by lies, deceit, and data manipulation on a scale that absolutely beggars belief.
And the end game is the vaccine.
The end game's the vaccine. So,
and big pharma.
Why is it that soon as COVID appears with its flu-like symptoms, flu disappears worldwide?
I can't get anyone to explain that to me with a straight face.
It
went to zero, didn't it?
Yeah, it went to zero, basically zero worldwide. Now, what's been going on here? If you are going to put on a death certificate COVID-19 for gunshot wounds and for falling down the stairs or a motorcycle accident, then flu with flu-like symptoms is a gimme, isn't it? Flu did not disappear in the COVID era. It was redesignated COVID-19. And I've seen idiot journalists explain this away. Flu's disappeared because of the social distancing and the face nappies. Okay, so why didn't that stop COVID then? Because the COVID exists because of people testing positive with a test not testing for the virus. Then you introduce this lateral flow test, even more useless. So useless that until they changed the rule recently, if you tested positive with it, you had to have a PCR test to confirm it was right. Right. So this lateral flow test, it's so accurate that if you test positive with it, you have to have it confirmed with a test not testing for the virus. I mean, what did the Nazis say? The bigger the lie, the more we'll believe it. Because people say, yeah, they'll lie, but they wouldn't lie that much. Oh, they would. And then you have these funeral directors that have come out, and they've said that during the height of the pandemic, the number of people coming through their funeral parlors didn't increase. Well, it didn't because more people weren't dying. The same people were dying, but they were being redesignated COVID-19 instead of what they actually died of. But they said, once the fake vaccine started getting rolled out into January 2021, as one said, I've never seen anything like it in terms of numbers coming through of dead people. And why, in the height of a so-called pandemic, did the excess deaths in 2020 not reflect a pandemic? And why have excess deaths increased? An American insurance company came out in the last week or so and said deaths in America from all causes have increased by 40%. And what was the period? They never mentioned this, but what was the period that they actually quoted for this? The same period of the fake vaccine rollout, which is killing and maiming enormous numbers of people while the media and the authorities look on and look the other way.
Hi, it's Brian Rose from London Real. You probably know that we've just recently been re-platformed on YouTube after 25 months completely in the dark. The truth is, I really need your help. What I really need you to do is click on that subscribe button right now, like this video, and maybe even leave a comment or share the link with friends. We're really fighting against an algorithm that's tried to keep us quiet for so long. And the more subscribers we have, the more people watch our content, the better guests we can bring you, the better content, and we can continue transforming lives. We've been doing this for 14 years now. I want to do this for another 14 years, but I really need your help. So click on that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment, share this, and we're going to continue to bring you more and more great content. Thank you. Most people will never see this opportunity. Dubai luxury transformation projects have historically delivered 40 to 90% annual returns. That is incredible. These were once reserved only for insiders with access. I spent 15 years on Wall Street and I learned this: the biggest returns always go to the people who get the call first. Now, you finally can. We've just received a brand new project with major upside potential. Allocations move fast. Click the link, apply now, and speak to my team. This is your chance to see what others never will.